discipline, loyalty, earn the right to wear the dragon doji.
A couple months back, we did a video talking about who the villain should be in the upcoming Ninja Turtles movie reboot that is going to be done by Point Grey Pictures. For those who weren't around at the time of the announcement, this was a couple months back, they announced that it would be a 3D animated movie reboot, so one could look back at the 2007 Ninja Turtles movie to kind of get an idea of what to compare it to. But yeah, shortly after the announcement, we did a video talking about different villains in the TMNT universe, and I just gave my opinion of which one I think should be front and center for the new movie. Now at the end of the video, I asked subscribers to go ahead and leave down in the comments who they thought the villain should be, and I would do a follow-up video later on just kind of letting you all know what most of you guys said. And that's what we're here to do today. We're circling back around and taking a look at what you all said. I've already gone through the process. I went through all the comments, dug through them, got all of your guys' opinions, compiled it all together, and now we're going to take a look at all of the villains you guys want in the upcoming Ninja Turtles reboot, and we're going to go in order from the ones that were brought up the least to the ones that were brought up the most, and we'll see definitively at the end which is the villain you guys want to see in the movie. Remember, if you're new to the channel and you want more videos like this in your life, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That's all we talk about on here is new, old, and upcoming turtle stuff. But let's begin. Now, I tried to just narrow it down to the comments that specified one main villain, who the big bad should be, but we did get a lot of comments that suggested combinations of 2 or 3 villains. Seems like a lot of the fans want to see 2 or 3 villains team up to take on the Turtles, and the combinations were always different, so I thought I'd mention a few here before we get started with the actual individual villains and the way they were ranked. So yeah, before we get started on those, let's take a look at some of these combinations, and these are in no particular order. So this was mentioned a couple times, but people want to see the Purple Dragons and the Foot Clan kind of working together, taking on the Turtles. And there was no mention of Shredder in these comments, so what I would imagine is that the Purple Dragons, probably led by Hun, would have some foot soldiers, probably like lower ranking ones, working in tandem with them, and we would probably get Shredder in a future movie. So yeah, that combination was brought up quite a bit. Another one that was brought up was Baxter Stockman and the Rat King working together to take on the Turtles. Some people said Hun and Karai. I saw some suggestions of just going like super like classic nostalgia with Shredder, Krang, Bebop, Rocksteady, Baxter, the Fly version. So yeah, that'd be a pretty interesting team up of bad guys and definitely recognizable to a lot of people. A lot of people know those characters. But yeah, that pretty much does it for like some combinations of some main villains that I saw discussed in the comments. Now, let's move on to the actual like ranked list of what I saw everybody requesting in that past video. So down at the bottom, our very first villain that people requested was, and this was a two-way tie, Slash and Old Hob. Both got the same amount of comments, each with 2.4% of the comments. I did my best I could to come up with some type of formula breakdown to give you guys an idea of what the amount of comments were. But yeah, those two, which funny enough would be kind of cool if they rolled together like they did at the beginning of the IDW comics. All right, next up on the list was Karai. A lot of people picked Karai, roughly 3.25% of the comments in that older video think Karai should be the first main villain the Turtles face in this new movie. All right, next up we have, and I know I talked about enemy team-ups at the beginning of the video with like 2 or 3 different villains teaming up to take on the Turtles, but I feel that's more like 2 big entities joining forces. This, on the other hand, is a little bit more widespread, I feel like, and that's Rogues Galleries. We actually had quite a bit of people just say Rogues Gallery, and to me, that's Slash, Leatherhead, Rat King, Baxter, Karai, Hun, just as many of the most like recognizable villains all already doing their thing in the city, and the Turtles just happened to run into them throughout the movie. And this was 4.9% of the comments, so a nice little chunk there. Moving on, next up on the list was the Triceratons, who also had 4.9% of the comments. I did see specifically more than once people talking about just wanting to see the turtles in like a battle royale arena that the Triceratons are in charge of. That actually sounds pretty cool, seeing the different rounds of the tournament and stuff, and would definitely be different from previous movies. All right, the next one is a team up of two big forces, but it was brought up so many times in the comments section, I didn't want to talk about it at the beginning of the video when I talked about team ups, just because this combination just kept popping up so often. And this is the team up of Baxter Stockman with Hun and the Purple Dragons. For whatever reason, this combination popped up multiple times, getting 6.5% of the comments. And yeah, I don't think this is a bad choice. I think this would be a good place to start. But there's also others, so let's keep going up the list here. Next, we have on the list the almighty Krang with 7.3% of the comments. And personally, in my opinion, I believe this is the route they're going to take. I just have a feeling they want to save Shredder for later, and the next best route to take is the next most recognizable villain for the Turtles, and that's Krang. Personally, I would like to see them do Krang like the IDW did, where he's this mysterious general and looks all dark and intimidating. But part of me keeps thinking they're gonna lean on the old 1987 cartoon show. For some reason, I just can't shake that this is the main inspiration for the people behind the making of this movie. I think it'll be upgraded for today's movie standards. If I had a bet, I feel like it's gonna be like if the 2007 movie, because this is also gonna be a 3D animated movie as well, had a baby with the 1987 show. Just kind of picture that with some really funny humor, and I bet that's what we're gonna get, but it's just me guessing right now. All right, but enough about that. Let's keep moving up the list. The next villain the fans requested is Baxter Stockman, and this was with almost 10% of the comments. I think this would be cool. We've never seen Mousers on the big screen yet. I think that would be super fun to see. Although I gotta say, I saw more than once in the comments when requesting this, a lot of fans very adamant of not the Fly version of Baxter Stockman, specifically the cyborg version, or what he eventually becomes, which I thought was pretty interesting to see. All right, next up with 12.2% of the comments was the Rat King. Seems like a good chunk of people really want to see this as the main villain of the first movie. Specifically, what I saw mentioned in multiple comments was that people want to see Splinter somehow controlled and there be a Splinter versus the Ninja Turtles battle in the movie. I think they want it more for that reason. I feel like they think it'll give it a more emotional impact for the movie, and I think so too, with Rat King's ability to control rodents. But yeah, the Rat King, he's actually here in the top 3. We're in the top 3 now, and I was actually quite surprised to see how high he was up here. Now, coming in at number 2 with 20.3% of the comments was Hun and the Purple Dragons. There's this hunger, I feel like, amongst Turtle fans to have the movie start off at a very street level and work its way up to bigger things than cosmic things in later movies. And the Purple Dragons, I feel like, provide just that. You're starting off at regular low-level street crime and stuff, and the Turtles are slowly starting to unmask this giant crime network that lead them to bigger things. Plus, the Purple Dragons are the first group that they faced in the original comics, although very briefly. But there you have it, Hun and the Purple Dragons at number 2. Now, I'm sure you all can guess who number 1 is. It was also my pick when I made my choices of who I thought the villain should be for this upcoming Ninja Turtles movie reboot. And I still think it's the right choice, just because I think the recognition alone could have the movie do well at the box office and get us sequels opening up the door to see all these other villains we want to see later on, because at that point when they pick this villain, I feel like, and just combine with the Turtles, they're selling merch, they're selling tickets, and they'll have more freedom to explore these other villains we want to see. If we start off slow and it's not doing well and it's not making money, I feel like the door will shut quite quickly and we'll just never get any follow-up. And I'm sure you've guessed it already that Shredder is our number 1 villain everyone picked for this upcoming reboot, coming in with 26% of the comments. So there you have it. That's who, at least most of you guys who commented on that video, want to see as the main villain in the upcoming movie. That was also my choice when I did my list. So yeah, like I said earlier, I think they're gonna go with Krang and build up to Shredder, which I think will also be cool. But yeah, you see it right there, the Shred Head for sure is a big fan favorite. But that's it for this video. Just wanted to go ahead and share that information with you guys. Hope you enjoyed the results in the video. Thank you everybody for watching. If you're new to the channel, and you want more turtle stuff in your life, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That's all we talk about on here. So stay tuned, more videos coming. Obviously, if something drops on this movie, any news, we're gonna cover it. So can't wait to start seeing what gets revealed from this upcoming film. Look forward to talking about it. If you didn't get a chance to comment on that last video and you just want to let me know down below who you think should be the villain, let me know in this video. Let me know down below in the comments. We can all check it out. Thanks once again for stopping by. I will see you in a little bit with another video. Take care.